Welcome to Diesel's Outdoor Excursions. Today I'm back out in the green swamp on the east track this time. I'm set out to find the Stewart Homestead, where a gruesome double murder happened back in the 1900s. Enjoy the hike. Good morning, everyone. Beautiful morning for a hike. It's a little after 7 o'clock and about the mid-60s. I start my hike off on the Florida Trail from Rock Ridge Road trailhead, and I follow the Florida Trail northbound until I get to this intersection here in the middle of the screen. Once I get there, I'm going to go straight across and onto the Blue Trail, take the Blue Trail until I get to this intersection, and I'm back on the Florida Trail. Take the Florida Trail up to the next intersection, and I get on this Blue Trail, and this is the loop that I'm going to take all the way around. I follow the loop until I get to Stewart Homestead and Cemetery, stop to take lunch, then continue on the loop until I get to here, which is a Tillman Hammock campsite. It says Brooksville, but it's not in Brooksville. It's in the green swamp. I took a break there for a while and then continued on the loop all the way around till I got back to that intersection with the Florida Trail. Then I head back to the trailhead. It's 15 and a half mile hike. Got some blow down here. Well, I'm back in the woods, and as I was walking past the hunter check-in gate, this nice lady stopped me and said she had to give me a permit. So basically, she just handed me a little blue ticket for today. I guess I got to give it back to her when I come back out, even though I'm not hunting. Which is another story. Here I am out in the woods again during hunting season, not wearing orange. That's a big no-no. I looked at the website and I didn't see that hunting season had started here yet, but apparently it has. Oh well, I might be dodging bullets. I'm not sure what the shape of this trail is going to be. It's starting to get pretty growed up here. If it gets too bad, I might have to abort, because I don't have my machete. Back out on a forest road. Not very long now, I see the turn blazes up ahead. Back in the woods. It's beautiful out here this morning. Love hiking in this weather. Haven't seen any wildlife yet, but the trailhead I started this hike on would be the first trailhead, or actually the first woods a thru hiker, a northbound thru hiker, would see after about a 60-mile road walk. And it's also a good introduction to the Green Swamp. I don't know about that 60-mile road walk though. I think if I was through hiking the Florida Trail, I'd be Uber in those sections. Back out on the road, and I'm coming up here on a bridge. I'm curious to see how much water is under it. Last time I went over this bridge was last year in May, and it was bone dry. It's low, but there's a lot more water in it than there was last time I hiked through here. If I can find the picture of it, this area right here where I had the camera was bone dry. You could walk right across it. A little short distance from that bridge, there's another one up ahead. No flowing water under this one. That particular hike, I had carried 2 liters of water with me. It was a 15-mile hike. I went from 471 to Rock Ridge Road, and I had my water filter. I had all intention of finding water in the Green Swamp, which you think would be everywhere, and filtering it. I didn't find anything. I ran out of water like 2 miles from the trailhead, but I was fine. I had water in the car when I got picked up, so. But I got plenty of water with me today. 3 liters of water, and have a bottle of water with some electrolytes in it. Another bridge here. It is dry out here though. We had a dry summer. All right, back in the woods. All right, about 2 3/4 mile into the trail, and came to a intersection here. As the day loop is 2.2 miles, weekend loop is 11.7. So I believe I need to go to the left, and then I believe this is where I will come out, but I'm not for sure. We'll see. Look at the pretty colors. We're on 3 trails right now. Okay, I turned around. I didn't get very far though. That bridge is where I should have went. So, good thing I looked at the map and didn't get too far away. This part of the trail is all new to me. So we're doing the blue day loop. Looking at the map again, that trail that I was on, the Florida trail, it would have took me to where I was wanting to go. It just would have been a little bit farther. I've been on that trail already, but I haven't been on this one, so I would rather do something I haven't done yet. I just about stepped on this fella right there. Oh, mister, you're in the middle of the trail. Actually, he's beside the trail. I was going around this. I just about stepped on that feller. Good thing I was paying attention. Speaking of paying attention, all right, I came to another intersection. This will put me back on the Florida trail. This is where I would actually came out if I'd have stayed going the direction I was. We're going to go this way on the through trail to 471 until we get to the weekend loop intersection. Then we'll be back off of the trail. Florida trail, that is. More pretty colors. Coming up on a man bridge. Nothing under it. Must get pretty wet through here normally. Nice bridge though. Looks like it might get slippery though when it's wet. There we go. We got another bridge. I remember this one. This section of trail is pretty growed up, but it's well marked. I see blazes way ahead. All right, I'm almost 5 miles in this hike, and I've come to an intersection. I'm going to stay on the weekend loop. If you go this direction, which looks really growed up, that's the Florida trail. And that continues on north to 471. I'm going to do this trail right here. I'm 6.3 miles into the hike and haven't got there yet. Most of the hike has been in terrain like this, pretty much basically growed up field. Bunch of pine trees and mixture of palm trees. Well, the trail went out onto a lime rock road for a short distance, and I'm back in the woods. But this trail here looks like it's just been mowed. Much better to hike on. It was getting pretty rough through some of those sections. Be nice if this is the way it will be for the rest of the hike, because I think I'm going to go on and do the loop. Because if I go back the same way I came, I'm going to be pretty close to the same miles if I just do the loop. Oh, finally got into some shade. I've been out in the sun for about an hour and a half. I just run into a hiker. First hiker I run into in about 6.5 miles. I'm sorry. You told me your name, but I'm horrible with names. I forgot it already. So it was good meeting you, and I hope you watch this. Now this is cool. I'm told that they run the cattle through this to get the ticks off of them. I'm not sure if it's just water they use or if they had some kind of chemical, but that's what this is for. Here we go. I was around the back side of it. Cattle dipping vat for tick fever. It's built in 1929. All right, 7 miles in, and I have finally made my destination. We're at the Stewart Homestead. So the story goes, back in 1918, the Stewart family had invited their grandson and a friend over for dinner. Well, before that, Mr. Stewart had taken $1,500 out of the bank. He took all of his money out of the bank from a cattle sale because he didn't trust the banks. So he had $1,500 in that little cabin there. Well, the grandson found out about it, and when they were over there, they ended up spending the night. Well, during the night, they went over and killed Mr. Stewart while he was sleeping with an axe. And Mrs. Stewart woke up, went to go grab a shotgun, and they got her with the axe as well. They killed them both and took the money. The whole purpose, I guess, they wanted the money for, they needed a truck or whatever. Well, anyway, the money was never recovered. There's rumor that the grandson, dad, had the money, but there's so many stories about this. It's unreal, but it's pretty interesting. It's gruesome. Not there's a lot of history back here in Green Swamp, but not all of it's good. It's hard to believe this building is still standing. It's been through a lot of hurricanes, all the elements. And you got a tree stump. I had read somewhere that they had built this shack over this and they used that tree stump as a table. I don't know how true that is, but this is their gravestones. I know there's some massive oaks around this property. There's another one over there. I'm gonna get good use out of this bench right now. It's at 7 miles without a break. I think I'm gonna take a break. And we have lunch. I don't know if any of you had any of these before, but they're pretty good. It certainly is beautiful out here, though. And I want to thank the Florida Trail Association for this bench. Very comfortable. Well, that was interesting. I decided I was going to continue to loop instead of going back. I think it's a shorter distance just doing the loop. I wasn't expecting this kind of mileage. I was estimating about 8 miles, but it's good. It's like it takes us back out on the road. I see the white blaze. That just crosses the road. Back into the woods. Hope the trail's in better condition on the second half of the loop. Ever since I left the Stewart Homestead, the trail has been like this. It's been, it's like freshly mowed, but no shade at all. I haven't been in any shade since I left the shade of the residence. And it's getting warm. I'm almost at 10 miles. And I looked at the map. It looks like I got about 5 more miles to go. So this might push me over my personal best in miles in a day. Right now it's at 15. That's not bad for an old man. There's a campsite up here on the map. I want to check it out. This might be a good overnight loop to do when they get the rest of it mowed or the cold kills off the weeds. But I'm gonna check it out while I'm here. I'm all for a good camp, especially if I can hang my hammock. Now that's what I'm talking about. Shade. It's the first shade I've seen in almost 4 miles. Well, since the cabin. Very nice. With this trail finally going into a clump of trees, I'd be willing to bet we're pretty close to the campsite. All right, made it to the spur trail going to the campsite. The trail I'm on goes that direction. I'm gonna go check this campsite out. Maybe sit down and have a snack and check out my water situation. Oh yeah, very nice campsite. Got a fire ring, got a bench by the fire so you don't have to bring your chair. Plus you got a picnic table you can sit on and watch the fire. It's a cute little thing. Lots of nice oaks. I see plenty of places to hang a hammock. And that looks new. That is a very nice picnic table. Very nice. Thank you, Heidi. All right, I've sat around long enough. I better get up, knock out these next few miles. And this is a pretty nice campsite. I think I'll stay here sometime. But I passed a campsite on the way here that I like better. And I think I'm going to use it for a stealth camp video in the near future. All right, let's do this. I got 1.5 liters of water for 4 miles. So I gotta do a little rationing, but I should be okay. It's a little warm, but it's not that warm. And I'm feeling good right now, so onward. Section I'm walking on right now is an old railroad bed, and if you continue to walk on this, it'll take you right into the swamp and dead end, and there's a bench at the end. Apparently there used to be a bridge that went past that where it ends. You can still see some of the pillars. I checked it out the last time I was out here in this section. I'm not going that far this time. I'll be taking a left when we get up here at the intersection, completing the loop. But this is an old logging railroad bed. It's got low ends on each side. And another bridge. It's the long one. I know we're getting close to merging back onto the Florida Trail. There's another bridge. Okay, I was walking up on this. I thought, where's the bridge? But you go down and around. That'd be a good one for a Dukes of Hazzard jump. Yeehaw. All right. The loop is completed. So far I'm at almost 13 miles. I think I got a couple more to get back to the car. I'm back on the Florida Trail. Southbound and down. Almost there. I remember that tree. And it was like at the beginning of the hike. Looks like I'm gonna get about 15 and a half miles out of this hike. Finish. Well, that's going to do it for this hike. If you liked what you saw, hit the like button. Please comment if you have any comments, and subscribe if you haven't already subscribed. And I'll catch you on the next one. Have a good day.